One opened her eyes and looked around the room. River was sitting there and she looked at her wordless. She was at her parents' house. Where is he telling me? He left and didn't come back. His whole family left without saying a word. They don't care about you. I told you many times about him, but you always denied. One tears, eyes filled with tears as she started to sob. Really, how can he do this? She was crying. You know what I heard his friend saying that he completed the bet. Really nodded. You were just a bet he used you and made you fall in love with him just to win the bet. One of his best friends was saying that he needed a treat at Sanku won the bet. Once heartbreak. She was still in her wedding dress which he bought her. She gave her everything. He gave her everything, and in the last moment he left her. She still couldn't believe that she was just a bed for him and nothing else. She didn't know what to do except regret. She was thinking that she should have listened to really. Lily tried to console her. She was feeling so much bad for one. It didn't deserve this. What was a mistake? Nothing. Why did he use her to win the bet? All questions were running in her mind. She left heartbroken. She didn't even look back at her. Her bet was more important than their relationship. After crying for hours, Lily forced her to change clothes. She listened to her and got up. Now stop crying. Don't cry over a useless friend. Wine nodded and smiled. Riri knew that she was fake smiling, and she also smiled and Wine entered the restroom. Riri waved a sign and got up to change. Also, Wine entered the restroom as she didn't have the stamina to stand. Her legs were so weak. She looked at herself in the mirror and started crying. She started to hate herself. She never had tried to hurt him, but all he did was just to hurt her instead. His words were coming into her mind as she remembered his words. She remembered everyone's reactions. They were feeling bad for her. She decided to become strong. It was not the last day of her life. That was new beginning. She closed her eyes to forget everything. She didn't want to become a victim. She would face him strongly. She changed her course, but the betrayal was so strong it was hard for her to forget. She came out and saw Riri. She walked towards the bed and held herself. Riri was watching her. Riri, I'm okay now. You don't have to be worried. For me, I will not cry for him now. Riri smiled and be brave. You have worked your whole life. This was nothing. Mine nodded. And Riri walked out. Riri came out and her parents looked at her. How is she now? Her mother asked her mother, her sister and father were also there. Her father was so quiet after that. She is okay now. She was taking care. We were talking about moving on, but had fast. Her mom nodded and had a deep breath. She deserved to be happy. My heart shattered at that moment. He left her. His whole family felt like nothing happened. Nobody cared about her and didn't even look at her for once. They are so heartless. Why did he do that? What's the reason? He just wanted to put her down and he did. I just don't want to see his face again in my life. My mind was staring at the cell phone. Her mind was still there. She closed her eyes to calm herself, but it was hard for her to relax. She decided to take medicine. She sat down and grabbed the pills. But why would I take medicine so over useless when I'm not that big? I will not eat sleeping pill. She lay down again and started to stare at the wall like a dead person. While on the other hand, he was sitting in his apartment while holding his head. He was alone and nobody knew where he was. They tried to contact him, but he switched off his cell phone. The moment was displayed in front of his eyes. In his mind, he was feeling so happy as if her face was coming in front of him. He looked at the clock and it was the middle of the night. He didn't know what to do. He had tears in his eyes and they were falling. He didn't want to do that, but his father made him do that. He didn't want to break her or humiliate her, but his father wanted her and he didn't like her. Mr. Jory didn't tell him that he disliked her as he was ready to. He left her just to save her. Now it was all looking useless. Flashback, he came to know that his dad wanted to, but he didn't believe it. But then he saw a man holding her, pointing her towards one. As he was ready to, that's why he was so worried and panicked that moment. He didn't know what to do. He believed that if she married him, his wife wouldn't let her live. So he left her, and then that meant all of his words were fake. He didn't want her to die. He didn't want her to die because of him. But her father was so stubborn. He didn't think about his son and was ready to, and he would not fight her. At that last moment, he stopped the wedding and saved her. He decided to say those words to believe his dad that he played with her. A flashback and just to say what he did that he was not strong without his dad. So if his dad didn't want anyone for him, he couldn't protect them. Those words were repeating in his mind. All those words believe his father and that he played with her. He was so heartbroken. He knew that she might be so heartbroken, but he didn't want her to think about him. He didn't want to see her crying because of him. Her pretty face was coming in front of him by every second. His heart was taking laid back as if tears fell. While on the other hand, call him, Juan, where is he? You never go anywhere without telling me. Uncle, I'm trying to call him, but his cell phone is over. I checked every place where he used to go, but he was nowhere. Uncle, I don't know anything. He didn't even tell me that we would do that to that poor girl. She didn't deserve it. But Uncle never talked bad about her. He never talked about this. I don't understand what just happened with him. I'm so feeling bad. Mrs. was just staring at him because he was so happy that his son left him. He wanted to give her his favorite car. The next morning, one woke up and did her morning clean and came here. She sat down with her parents, and her parents looked at her. Her eyes were swollen. Arvind, are you okay? She looked at him and yes. Yeah, Eunice, you don't have to worry about me. I'm okay and we'll go back to work soon. She found work is important. Well, she put the phone in front of her and ate. His man nodded and didn't ask many questions. They had breakfast like a family. Her sister talked to her and told her about her treatment. She was getting better and one was so happy for her. No, she just wanted to forget everything. 1 week later, Mr. Janku, my son, you didn't do anything wrong. You don't worry, I can shut everyone's mouth and you know my best friend has a doctor and she wanted to meet you. You would look good with her. He always wanted to see you as his son-in-law. He noted I didn't show his dad his weakness. His dad at night, Johan was sitting with an open mouth while he was telling everything. You are blaming me. He had no choice at that moment. That man was literally pointing towards her and if had done anything to say, but he didn't waste time to. I couldn't do anything. I just looked at him and his eyes were on him. How can he do this? I don't know why I did. He hated so much. He never did anything against me. My mind is hurting for a week. I didn't sleep properly. I'm so worried about her. I want to see her. Go and tell her I will not find out everything for you. Go to her. She will believe me. She hated me so much. Yeah, she loves me so much, but I had no choice. But I didn't want to break her heart, and just to save her, I did that. I believe that she will not forgive me. Go and tell her, then we will show her proofs. But if she gets scared, yeah, she is innocent. She will get scared. I don't want to tell her. 1 week later, he gathered confidence and decided to visit her. He was so worried. He stopped in front of her house and came out of the car. But then he saw her laughing with her friends. His face while they were making fun of everyone, including him. Was so looking happy. He thought that she would be mess without him, but she was okay while he was a mess. He started to ring the bell. Vine came to open the door, and when she opened, her smiley face fell as she saw him right in front of her. Before he could say anything, she banged the door in front of his face. He accepted this. He started speaking. Vine, please listen to me. Please, I still love you. And there was reason behind it. I didn't want to do that. He wanted to tell her everything, but she didn't open the door. He just sat there as he accepted this. He only said, I will not go anywhere. He sat on his car in front of us. I will wait for you. She ignored him and just sat down on the couch. Why don't listen to him now? He will do these keep things to get your attention. I know I don't even want to see his face. I hate him so much. He deserves your hate. He is useless, rich, bad, nothing without his father. One got up and walked into the room while using her cell phone. The next morning, he was sleeping in his car and she came out and he saw her. He immediately opened the door and she was like walking towards the office. One stop, listen to me. I want to tell you everything. She was ignoring him like he never existed. He walked with her and I know you are mad at me, but first listen to me. She stopped and looked at him, and this is true. He doesn't like me. He wants me to marry his best friend's daughter, then go and marry her. She again started walking. I don't want to. I love you. I just did it to save you. This is not a story. This is true. Why would I believe you are a manipulator? When I will tell you everything, but please go with me. I don't have a time now. I'll think about it later. She sat on the kind of he was standing there. He had us, and he knew that she wouldn't believe him, but he wasn't lying. He did that just to save her. In the office, Van's mind was on him. She was thinking about the conversation. Was he saying truth or just trying to manipulate me? How can he forget that I don't know about the bet? He thought that I would not. I would listen to his lies. No, I will not. And I told you that she would not believe me. Just wait. I will talk to her with proofs, and she still doesn't accept you, and then you accept your face. Fate. Why suddenly cell phone started ringing and he picked up the card. Oh yes, Dad. Okay, I'm coming. Now he was sitting with his dad and his dad's best friend was sitting in front of him with his daughter. She was pretty and looked innocent. See, he had don't trust in her. She came there with her dad, not to meet him. The father were talking to each other. Junk was holding his head and was thinking about how to make one believe. He was so much in his mind, but he didn't realize that the water was about to pour through the soup on him, and she suddenly got up and threw the powder on the center sand. But he looked at her and then wait, are you blind? I'm really sorry, sir. He started to apologize to me. It's okay, you can go. She said. He walked over apologizing. He was looking at her. Dad was looking at her and as it didn't burn so much, but it was hurting her. But she didn't show it and just pretended that it doesn't hurt. She went to the bathroom and his father looked at him. Why don't you ask her? She wants her dad to save you. What will I say to her? Go behind her. No, I will not. I will talk to her when she came back. His father got quiet because he knew that he was stubborn like his father. She came back and Janku asked her. Then they talked about business they were having. Fred dinner, suddenly had Janku left her girl. What's the reason? He didn't want to leave him. He looked at his dad and stared at him with to shut his mouth. She was not bad, but sometimes Fred is different. Mr. Young nodded while agreeing with him while Janku was sitting there trying to process everything. He came back from there and lay down on the bed. He looked at his cell phone and texted Vine from a different number. As she blocked him. Vine, let's meet tomorrow. He texted and she didn't reach, so he waited till morning. He was ready to do everything for her. He made up his mind what he would do. If he knew about his father's plans, he would not let that happen. Now he closed his eyes because he was so tired of everything. After a month now, Vine was sitting in front of him and Johan and Riri was staring at Junkwon with hate. They begged for 1 month and she came and just for Yuan because he was a good man. She still didn't believe and didn't want to see his face. Yuan collected the proofs. I found it. He smiled and showed her the recording and all the recordings of phones. Jung was hearing the recording for the first time and watched in the video and she could see that Jung was looking in the corner on a man. After hearing and seeing the recording, they looked at him and did his work. You could save her world coming in front of her. What? So you think that he will leave her alive after his son gets hurt? And if he will get well, his family had no choice. He knew that his father would not leave her if he showed that. He played with her and left her just to make his father believe. I heard your other friend asking for a treat as he went the bed, and then he remembered. But I didn't do it for a bet. I don't even remember about bets. I don't even meet down for months. I don't know that he was wanted there because I was so depressed that day. Yes, it is true that he asked me for a bet, but I didn't want it. Yet accepted Janko, you did this because she insulted you once and wanted once. No, you and Ryan were looking at them. Stop it, it's scary looking like you wanted them to get divorced. You need to close your mouth. I know him more than I. He never said she was a bad for me. He always tells me everything. When Dawn and I talked about it, I don't even know what Vine properly. We were strangers at that time. I had no intentions to do that. And Janko behaves with everyone so nicely. He always helped everyone. Don't think that he helped Vine just because he wanted to use her. Okay, I accept it. Now what do you want? Or you think it is easy to forget? The humiliation. I was just staring at them while thinking what she did wrong with Mr. Joy. What did she want to? Her heart got broken and she didn't show it. She was so sad. She became quiet while those those three were talking. Because I had no proof at that time, I know that he will deny it and emotional blackmail me. I decided to get proofs and he honored me. I asked him to not to ask him before we get to prove. So we believed that Mr. Jeff would deny it. She just stared at him. She gave us and stayed quiet. You really just imagine he is really horrible man. He didn't stop his hand just to become good in front of him and decided to. He is so clever. He's so heartless. And now I'm thinking, well, how can Janko ask him that much but a lot and why he can try to harm you? Don't come out of your name. Room. While on the other hand, he was standing in front of his dad while looking at him. How can you do this? He wanted to. No, this is not why. Don't believe me. Now you will not believe me. I can't do this. You know I give you everything. You asked Dad. Why are you lying? I have proofs. He shot him, and his dad got shocked as he found out. Now you are shocked, like I found out. But my question is, why did you do this? You give me everything, but why do you want to do this? Because I want a girl who has the same status as you. I don't like her, so you decided to. Rather than telling your opinion, I will not talk to you again, and I will go to her and move on from here. And if you try to again, then no, he went out. His dad walked behind him, following him. Stop, I will not do this again. He went out, leaving him alone. Mr. Joy was telling that he loved his son he loved his son more than his son. Now he left him not Janku. Mr. Joy did wrong. Now Vine was thinking about going back or not. She didn't know what to do. She remembered the day and that still haunted her. She closed her eyes and fell asleep because she didn't want to take more stress about going back or not. After 6 months, he was sitting with her parents and they were talking to him. Everyone sorted out between them. They were still married and he apologized to her in front of everyone just to make her happy. He left his daddy. He had everything, but he was sad about losing his son. Everything changed and he did so much. She still loved him and they were happy couple. Now they came just to meet.